Good day, everyone. To begin, our discussion is a continuation of what the previous reporter shared. Earlier, we learned about the importance of artistic and creative literacy and how creativity plays a big role in learning and self expression. Building on that idea, I will now focus on the issues in teaching creativity, especially in the context of our education system. One of the most influential voices on this topic is Sir Ken Robinson. Known for his famous TED Talks like Do Schools Kill Creativity? In his talks, he pointed out that many school systems unintentionally block students' creative potential. One major issue he raised is that schools stigmatize mistakes. When students are afraid of making mistakes, they become afraid to try. As a result, they stop taking risks and hesitate to share original ideas, which is the opposite of what creativity needs. Another issue Robinson emphasized is the hierarchy of subjects in schools. Subjects like mathematics and languages are often placed at the top because they are seen as useful for work, while the arts are pushed to the bottom. Because of this mindset, artistic subjects are sometimes treated as less important. This sends a message to learners that creativity and artistic skills do not matter as much as academic performance, even though they are equally important in real life. He also talked about how academic ability dominates our view of intelligence. Most curricula, classroom activities, and assessments are designed mainly to prepare students for exams and college entrance tests. Because of this, students are trained to memorize and pass tests rather than explore ideas, ask questions, and think creatively. This system often ignores students who may be talented in the arts, music, movement, or creative thinking. Because of this, because of these issues, Sir Ken Robinson challenged educators to rethink education. He encouraged schools to focus on the well-being of learners, not just grades and test scores. He also emphasized the need to give equal importance to the arts, humanities, and physical education, alongside academic subjects. According to him, learning should spark curiosity, not fear, and classrooms should help awaken and develop creativity in every learner. Most importantly, Robinson reminded us that intelligence is diverse, dynamic, and unique. Not all students learn the same way. Not all students learn the same way, and not all intelligence can be measured by exams. Artistic and creative literacy helps us recognize these differences and value every learner's potential. To sum it all, teaching creativity is challenging because of outdated systems and beliefs. However, by valuing the arts, allowing mistakes, and encouraging curiosity, schools can become places where creativity truly grows. And that is the heart of artistic and creative literacy. To continue from our discussion, I will also introduce to you our next topic, which is the aesthetics. When we say aesthetics, this helps us understand how people experience beauty, art, and creative expression. Aesthetics is important because it shapes how we appreciate artworks, nature, and even everyday experiences. According to Britannica, aesthetics is the philosophical study of beauty and taste. It is closely connected to the philosophy of art and focuses on how artworks are interpreted and evaluated. To simply put it, aesthetics asks questions like what what makes something beautiful? Why do people have different tastes? And how do we judge art and creative works? Aesthetics covers a wide range of experiences. It deals with ideas such as the beautiful, the ugly, the elegant, and the sublime. It also includes taste, criticism, fine art, and even feelings like enjoyment, fascination, and emotional response. These experiences may seem different, but they are connected by similar principles and interests. These shows that aesthetics is not only about art, but also about how we feel and react to what we see and experience. When we talk about the nature and scope of aesthetics, it goes beyond artworks alone. Aesthetics also includes how people respond to natural objects, such as landscapes, skies, or oceans. Words like beautiful and ugly, however, are very subjective. What one person finds beautiful may not be the same for another. These terms are often based on personal judgment and attitude rather than fixed rules. In some cases, the word beautiful simply expresses how a person feels about something. Because of this, people do not always describe things as beautiful or ugly. For example, when appreciating a poem, we might say it is moving, balanced, expressive, or ironic. In the same way, when describing nature, we might use words like peaceful, harsh, soft, or atmospheric. These descriptions help express aesthetic experience more clearly than just using the word beautiful. Britannica also explains three approaches to aesthetics. First, aesthetics can be the study of aesthetic concepts and critical language, where judgments about art are analyzed and explained. Second, it can focus on the states of mind and emotions involved in aesthetic experience such as pleasure, admiration, or curiosity. And lastly, the third one, it can be the study of the aesthetic object itself, which means looking at artworks or objects that people respond to in special and meaningful ways. To sum it all, aesthetics helps us better understand how people experience art, beauty, and creativity. In relation to artistic and creative literacy, it teaches us to appreciate different perspectives, respect personal taste, and become more thoughtful, and expressive individuals. Thank you so much for listening, everyone, and God bless you all.